Welcome to the 19th episode of Lalitha Divya Rahasya Sahasranama Stotram. The ultimate cosmic power in the universe, manifesting in 1,000 different forms to impart training to the faculties of intellect, discretion, personality or ego, and the mind towards unification of the forces of nature. To that extent, the training to the faculties are being provided through these 1,000 namas. So the next nama is Stanavara Dalanmajja Pattabadda Valitraya. Stanavara Dalanmajja Pattabadda Valitraya. So what it means is the breasts, the ambassadors of Universal Mother, those who imbibe the qualities of the ambassador of qualities of the Universal Mother, and those who act as ambassadors to Universal Mother, their breasts are saturated, and the saturated breasts with full of potency, with full of life, ready to provide nourishment. So in that saturation state of the breasts, all the potency, all the energy concentrated in the breasts. So the breasts are saturated, and because of this effect, saturated breast effect, there is a pressure applied at the waist level, and there are 3 rings seen in the waist region. So it is a interconnected effect here. So to the extent that waist can support, the breasts are saturated and full of energy, and to the extent that the breasts can draw the unconditional, unlimited energy and nourishment, to that extent the rings are formed. So it's a vice versa effect here. So even in nature, we can see this. Usually these creeper plants like pumpkin and that family related to that similar plants, we can see that when the fruit bearing takes place, all the nourishment, all the potency is focused there, so that the fruit gets saturated towards its taste and its existence. The mother tree or mother creeper can bend itself to the extent that to support the fruit bearing, or the fruit bearing draws all the nourishment from the mother, so that the mother creeper is bending. So it's a vice versa effect. It's an effect of unconditionality. The unconditionality has resulted in the 3 rings, formation of the 3 rings. The unconditional drawing of energy has resulted in the 3 rings at the waist, and that's what Stanavara Dalmajja Pattabadda Valitraya. So So it's a indication of nourishment from the unconditional source, and it's an indication of the saturation of the breasts, and the saturated in the saturated taste, how much nourishment you can provide to the future generations, and the potency level, indication of the potency level. So here in this nama, the body effects are not being highlighted. It is what is being highlighted is the sukshma nadis, which draw unlimited flow of energy, which carry unlimited flow of energy. It's a network of these nadis, the effect of network of such nadis that is being highlighted in this nama, and it's just that body is a shell, and there are three rings formed, and the breasts are saturated to provide the nourishment. And so it's a nadi effect. It's just the body is just being held up together through the network of these nadis, and to that extent there are three tires or three rings formed at the waist level. It's a very beautiful imagination, so to speak. So what are why there are three rings here? So what do they represent? So the three rings represent basically the brahma grandhi, vishnu grandhi, rudra grandhi in the body. The grandhi means a knot, a tie. So it seems in order to provide this unconditional nourishment and the energy or the potency being stored in the breast towards the saturation, and once they are saturated, the grandhis, the three grandhis have acted in such a manner the transfer or the flow of energy, Kundalini energy, is being controlled in such a manner that the knots are loosened or tightened in such a way the breasts can be saturated, and resulting in the formation of the three tires or three rings in the waist region. So that's what is the purpose and the meaning of this nama. Stanabharadalmajja Pattabadda Valitraya. So through this nama, so we are talking about the nourishment, the saturation of the breast, and nourishment, and also the three rings at the waist, and waist is closest to the brahma grandhi, and the brahma grandhi is the residence of faculty of intellect, and usually the nourishment through the breast is also the water element or the liquid element, so which is the element for the faculty of intellect. So faculty of intellect training has been highlighted in this nama. So the next nama is Aruna Aruna Kaustumba Vastra Bhasvat Kati Tati. Aruna Aruna Kaustumba Vastra Bhasvat Kati Tati. This is another beautiful nama. So Aruna means the brightness, the color of the rising sun. So Aruna means Aruna plus Aruna. That means Um, the color within the color, which is, the rising sun, so you can see between the two, it changes very rapidly. So the rising sun, the effects of rising sun changes very rapidly. So those minute effects of color change is called aruna. Aruna plus aruna. So the infinitesimal change in the rising sun bright color, that is called aruna. So here in this nama Aruna Kaustumba Vastrabhasvat Khati Tati. Tati means tataka, that is means it means a lake. So what this nama is referring essentially is the part below the lower back, that the base of our the human body, so to speak. The base of the human body is reflected as if it's been covered with a red cloth. So there's a red shining brightness associated with the part of our of the base of the human body. Whose human body? Those individuals who acquire the qualities of the universal mother. Those individuals' base is covered with reddish cloth, as if it has been covered with reddish clothes, and it is represented as if that shine, the brightness or the shining is representing as if the rising sun, the reflection of the rising sun when we see it in the lake, how it, what kind of the ripples in the water, in the lake, when they reflect the rising sun rays, what kind of shining effect, what kind of brightness they project. That kind of effect is being projected at the base of this human body, as if so it essentially it represents as if that part is being covered with reddish cloth. And so this is a very beautiful representation. From the nama, from Nijaruna Prabhapura Majjad Brahmanda Mandala, through that nama, the entire body is being reset with rising sun effect and the sunrise brightness. The 7 chakras are filled with the Aruna Kanti, or the sunrise brightness, and essentially the Muladhara chakra, the base of the human body, is represented by the sun effect, or the sun rising sun, and the base is exactly close to this location. So it is not surprising that the reflection of the Muladhara is transferring to the base of the human, of the base on the back side, causing this wearing of the red cloth effect and the reflection of the sun's rays, rising sun rays on the lake. So these kind of effects are being manifested because this part is close to the Muladhara chakra. So that is about Aruna Aruna Kaustumba Vastra Bhaswat Kati Thati. And so through this nama, the brightness, the radiance effect is being projected. Therefore, faculty of personality is being trained through Aruna Aruna Kaustumba Vastra Bhaswat Kati Thati. So the remaining namas we will see in the next episode. Thank you.